And we're back. Welcome back, everybody. We took a hiatus of a few weeks while I did 3,400 miles around the U.S. Nice to be back. Nice to see everybody. What's up, my man, Auburn, the Plex
Oh,
Hoa?
yeah. What's up, brother?
Yeah?
I'm glad that you're back. Question for you: would you rather drive 3,400 miles here in the States or 3,500 miles through Canada?
Oh, the States. The States. Gas is like a third of the price. I think I spent roughly $250 in gas, and
Yeah.
majority of that was just trying to get out of Canada. No, no, seriously, the gas is incredibly high here
Uh-huh.
compared to the States. And if we talk to the people over in the UK, they would say that, that that's, the Canada's paying less than what they're paying. So it's all
Yeah.
relative.
Yeah.
So I mean, I saw cheap, let's see, Tennessee 307 a gallon.
Wow.
So that was the
Yeah.
cheapest I saw
Uh-huh.
along my travels. The most I paid per gallon was 3.99,
Okay.
I think, in Michigan, crossing the border. So
What
Okay.
is it in Canada?
I think right now it's like $1.65 a liter. So you have to take $1.65 and multiply it by
Mhm. Three.
3.5.
Ouch.
Yeah.
So
I'll put a link in the StreamYard chat for
Hmm.
Greenbank, West Virginia, where it has no Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay.
oh, okay, all right. Yeah, it's
So-
crazy when you start going driving around and seeing different things. But I enjoyed it. It was listening to my podcast, or not my podcast, my audiobooks. Did my
mhm.
audiobooks, which is, I don't know, it's the best way when you're by yourself, to
Yeah.
spend the time. Listen to audiobooks. I listened to a lot of music and I danced and I'm singing and playing
Uh-huh.
guitar and drums and keyboards, whatever the band needed when I was driving down the road. But
Uh-huh.
um,
Yeah.
uh, but when I listen to an audiobook, the time just really
Just
zips
goes by.
by. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
I
enjoyed
do.
it. So
Uh, But as we talked about West Virginia, I just want to shout out to the beach. The beach. Thank you for that intro today. You really had me bopping. You really brought me. I thought you're. I'm gonna start calling you Cool Herc. Since today is 50th anniversary for hip hop.
hip hop.
Thank you for that one. That one was good. I like that. And not like I didn't like the others, but that it was fresh and new.
Fair enough. Yeah, and
Yeah,
he's playing. He likes to get in there, and another one of those sites of the week. So,
yeah.
on our panel today, we got Tribalize. So, what's up, Tribalize? Any kind of background you want to give? How you came across us? Some of your hobbies, or any of that kind of stuff that people can kind of get
Uh,
a little bit of.
Hobbies are coding, movies, um, K especially.
Yeah.
Um, just mainly back end stuff. I enjoy testing, so that's my back end.
I like to say that I consider us tweakers. We like to just tweak it a little bit, just
That's right.
find something. And I was messing around with a new skin. Well, actually, it's an older skin. It was for 19, and I found it, and it's an estuary mod, and I just started playing around with it because Blue wanted her own setup, even though we watched it together. So I set that up, and it has all the widgets, kind of like a Netflix look, and just testing it to see how slow it would run. Because right now I set it up with, it's got a total of about 12 widgets, somewhere close to that.
Ouch.
Runs pretty good. The only one that takes a little while is Fenn's Discovery, because Discovery, it has to use the filters that I've given it, the parameters. You know how it has to, and then it gives you a list, because I wanted sci-fi is one between year 2000 and 2023, action and comedy. So when you're not sure what you want to watch, here is a whole list of it, and because she likes that Netflix look, because turned off. I got her to turn off Netflix last month,
Oh,
and this.
was it?
Yep, last month she turned off Netflix, and then this month she's turning off her cloud server for Plex. So I'm bringing her home.
Yeah,
Bringing
well,
her home to the K
I'm
app.
gonna bring her back over to the P app. Okay, okay. I can't let her go. She's the one
Yeah,
that got me into this. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
she's the one that corrupted me. It'll be easy to bring her back.
yeah, yeah. Once you get a taste of the Plex, it's hard to. But yeah, I've got. I mean, I don't know. There's so many benefits to the K app. I just,
Yeah, I know. I listen. I understand that. Hey, it's not like you can't run flex through the cap.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah,
Sure.
yeah,
but
yeah.
still, that seems like too much work for me.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have a local. I went through and wiping her nuke and the external hard drive, so we're gonna have a local Plex that we're able to do.
Yeah.
Um, so we'll be able to do that. So we'll have options. So I see lots of folks over here in the side chat. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. I know that it's been a few weeks. I see all of our regulars in here. Nice to see everyone. Vizel. I mean, we got everybody. Patty, I saw
And
her
Patty,
hanging with us.
hey
Yes.
Patty G,
Yeah, she needs to come join us
miss you.
on next
I
week's
know.
Player Pass. So, hey, why don't we throw a shout out before we get started?
Mhm.
Albin, why don't you talk about what are we going to do next week? Why don't you want to go ahead and bring that
Next,
up before we do
yeah,
anything else?
sure, yeah. Next week, see, we were originally gonna have a player pass show this week, but I wanted to push it one more week for a couple reasons. Because our star at the Eddie, who has these two great, amazing twin boys that they work in the movie industry, and they worked on the Transformers movie,
The new one.
the new one, and we're
Yep.
gonna have them here. So we want to have that movie for next week.
So
What
the movie for next week will be the new
the
Transformers,
new
the latest
Transformers
one.
movie.
Yep.
And we're also trying to plan to have it show it in big screen on the Oculus. So maybe like a Sunday or Monday, we'll decide which day, and we'll play it in big screen. I'm trying to get it in 3D. I know that there's a copy out there, so I'd like to do that in 3D. I'd love to watch that in 3D. Just so everyone knows, we'll post it in the rooms tonight for everyone, and it's going to be a great week next week.
So our hope is that either Sunday or Monday, any of you folks that have an Oculus, and we have our Oculus Telegram room is pretty. It's got 100 and some odd, 130, 140 people in there.
Yeah,
Hopefully, we can get some of those folks to watch the movie with us. And then the hope is that maybe some of them will come on the show next Friday
yeah.
to talk about the movie. Now, again, we're going to have Eddie's kids. What do they work? Special effects. Was that the right
Special
one?
effects.
Is it
Yeah,
special
I think
effects or
I
visual
believe it is.
effects? I can't remember.
Yeah,
Remember
it
the
could be
last time they were.
visual effects.
Because the last time they told us there was a difference.
Yeah,
But so they work in the industry, and so we're going to have them on, which is a super big honor to have them to come on the show. And we want to talk about the movie. And
yeah.
so Transformers, is it 3, 4, 5? Which one is it?
It's
Rise of the Beast.
Rise of the Beast. Yeah.
Yeah, Transformer 1000. It's almost as bad as Fast and the Furious.
No, no,
I know,
not at
not
all.
mean bad, but I mean as many
Oh,
episodes.
oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Beach ain't gonna be able to jump on here listening while he's doing some cleaning up. All right. Ooh.
Okay. Oh man.
Yeah. So, all right.
Oh,
So, if you've not watched the show before, we don't just sit here and talk about this stuff. We'll actually talk about some topics that may impact you or have deciding what's coming down the pipe if you're streaming, if you're a cord cutter, if you're someone that's trying to save money, if you're a person that's trying to find ways to get the content you want. while not breaking the bank. So we talk about a lot of those topics. We also answer questions. So if folks got questions, you post those over here on the side chat and we'll hit those. And we'll also talk about some tech stuff. Sometimes we talk about gaming, but I don't think we're going to talk about any gaming this week.
Yeah, there was one thing I
There
thought
was
we
the
were
one
going to talk about.
Atari thing, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wasn't sure. But we'll
Okay.
see. I wasn't
Yeah,
sure
okay.
about that. But so that's what this show's about. It's an open format. So jump in with your questions, and hopefully we will hit on some topics to help you save money because the people. All right. So I have family members that are cord cutters and still spending $150 on services just on that. I have another family member that they still have cable. They spend $300 a month, and that includes their internet. So let's take $80 off of that. So it's over
Hmm.
$200 that they pay to have all the content they want. And they have me as a family member.
But they don't get all the content. You know,
Well, no, you're right.
as
You're right.
yeah,
There's a lot
as
of
much as
content we
may
get.
think it, yeah, that
Yes.
they're not going to get. You know.
Well, one of them just paid $69 to get the Spence fight.
Oh,
Good
I'm
Lord.
sorry. I know that must be killing you. You
And
know.
I just went, I mean, okay. Okay. Hey, everyone's got to figure it out themselves. So that's
It'd be cheaper for them just to get an Oculus, just to watch what that's there and have a ball. You know.
yeah. There's a lot of options, but not everything is for everybody.
Yeah.
And so we've understood that. And we try to save money. But again, you can take a horse to water, and that's the best we can do. So yeah, so that's the top the subject matter that we talk about today. So that's what we're going to
Yeah.
get on. Tribalize, jump in on any topics, anything that you care, um, any topics that you want to bring up. Let me know or let Aubin know.
Oh, I'm there with you, brother.
Okay. What part is cord cutting? Uh, I'm telling you, some of the I don't know. I help people if they need help, but you can't. And some of them are very close family members, and I'm
Yeah,
just like,
and you can't twist the arm
whatever,
any
whatever.
more than you're trying. You know, you just got to say, okay, well, I tell a lot of them, when you finally realize, don't be mad at me. I tried. I let them know I tried. I did my part. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? I did my part. I wanted
we
to
shared the
save you all that
knowledge.
money. Yeah,
Yeah,
I wanted to save you that money. You
yeah.
know?
Hey,
It
all right,
We're
go
seeing
ahead.
it more now with the expenses of what these certain apps are running up to. You
Yeah,
know,
and
it's
that's some of the topics we'll cover
Yeah.
today. How much all we talk about every week.
Hmm.
This went up. This app went up.
Yeah.
Netflix goes up, or the HBO Max
Hmm.
goes up every week. It's somebody's gone up, and it's not going to stop
no.
because
Nope.
where to how this is. If we go back to how cable and satellite's been going up over for decades,
Hmm.
um, and everybody decided, hey, I'm going to cut the cord. I'll go to these apps. I'll save money. It's just we're transferring the cost and the increasing costs from the cable or satellite. We've just moved it over to an application, and instead of paying one person or one company $200, now we're going to pay 10 companies $20, or
Hmm.
roughly,
Right.
different prices, but we're paying all these different. So instead of you paying one person, you don't realize that you're paying $6 to this one, $10 to this one, 20 to this one. Uh,
It adds
and
up to
that's
be the same.
yeah,
And worse than all that is that you're going to a certain app because you enjoy one show,
yep.
and that show doesn't even stay there. That's just now they're
Yes.
starting to mix the shows between all the different providers.
Yes.
And we're going to see that more, I
Yep.
think, because with the writer's strike and what's it, SAG? I guess
Hmm.
SAG is the
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
With this strike going on, the companies are going to have to, and we talked about it last show, they have to lease out or rent their content, like Warner Brothers the HBO Max, Warner
Hmm.
Brothers is leasing out a lot of their content to try to bring some money back in because there's no new content. So if we lease out, let's say they lease out the Walking Dead, which or let's say the Game of Thrones, they can give that or rent it, let some other company use it for a little while. They make some money. Now it's showing on, this app, but it's the same stuff you watched already. So I saw Manny had a question over there. Now,
Yeah.
before we get started,
Hmm.
so Manny, you're looking for the new Titan Skin 4 for 20. I let me take a gander for a second. Let's see here. Because I'm not sure. I usually go to Cody.tv is always the best place to go. The main thing is to use it um, as information. Their forums is probably a very detailed forum. So what did you say, Titan?
Titan. Yeah.
Now that is isn't
One that
Titan a
that the
fork?
one.
It's
Oh,
a
it is a
fork of
form.
another skin, ain't it?
No, I thought Titan was from Cody, wasn't
Hold
it?
on. No,
Yeah, I
no,
think
but
it used to be.
I thought it
Yeah.
was based off another one. All right,
Oh, okay.
so yeah, I'm not seeing anything on there. These are all old posts. So it looks like it's I'll keep an eye out, and if anybody Manny, if you're in the Streaming Matters room for Telegram, ask that question in there and see if one of the people that is in there can help. Binge, because Titan Binge, that was one of the ones. This is for Leia. Leia. Let me glance. I'm quickly taking a look. He's got a repository about. It's not on GitHub, so I can't see all of the changes and see if the edits. So, ask that question in our Telegram room because I want to say Titan Binge. I have seen that out there, but I don't see a lot of recent posts, so it may not be. Oh, did you say Tribal? As you say, DJ?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just sent it to him.
Oh,
If that's what he was
okay,
looking for. I don't know.
okay,
I don't know if that was.
okay. So again, I get the awesome thing, with us having the Telegram room with so many people, and it's great to have a great pool of knowledge in a lot of people.
We just recently cut Netflix. Me and the wife watched it more
Yep.
than I did.
Yep.
And, she enjoyed it. We loved it. But the expense got so much that we ended up cutting it.
Yeah, it is crazy how expensive. And we're going to talk about that because they just you can't get the low price anymore. The $9.99.
No.
No, if you're a new customer, that is not available no more. So all right. So we'll
Does
DJ says
someone?
that Binge is out there.
Okay.
Did he send you a link?
Uh,
No. Okay.
no. Did you see the above that one? There was something else I started. Yeah.
Gamezo.
Game. Gamestone.
Games ago? No, not
Gamestone.
familiar with that.
Gamestone.
Games Go. No, 100% legal. Maybe we have to do a search.
Yeah.
Have to do a search for that one. Ghost, tell us about that. To post a little something about that, Ghost. All right. So DJ and graphics both say that the 19th version will work on 20. That is one of the things. There are a few things that most everything that's on 19 will work in 20. Most everything. There has been a few little things that will not work, but for the majority of it, it does work. So if you can find something that works in 20 or 19, it should work in 20. So, all right. So I'm gonna have to. Hell, let me do a little search for this before I go into any other. Hold on.
Okay, and there's another link there for you.
What's it? Games Go.
JAMS Go. Yeah. JAMS Go. I'm sorry, everybody. I gotta apologize because Dabs is caught on to that Canadian speak.
What did I?
And,
What did I say that was Canadian speak?
It doesn't matter anything nowadays because you're not drinking that much anymore.
Did I say something that sounded Canadian? Did I say A?
Yeah, well, you did, but I won't mention it.
All right, so
because, you know why? Because I like hearing the A. Because like every time like Nookie does it, I crack up. I really like it.
Okay, so I'm
It
looking.
makes me feel like I know somebody from a faraway land.
Faraway land. You silly. All right, hey, I'm gonna post this. I'll pull this up before we talk about the
Okay.
K-app stuff that I wanted to go on. Okay, let me share my screen here and let's All right, so Games Go shared premium subscription with lower price.
Oh.
So is it people that are sharing as low as $387 a month? This should have been a site of the week.
Right. I didn't see that one. Yeah.
All right. So Gams Go or Games Go, however you want to pronounce it.
It might have been a Canadian guy to make it up. So
250,000 people use it. Okay. All right. Well, I'll try to remember. This is the URL. I'll post this in the chat. You guys can check this out. Thanks, Ghost. It's always good to have some information and people post some stuff that might be pretty cool. So let me paste that in there. There you go, folks. So check that out. I'll look at it when I am off the show. I'll take a look at that, see what's going on with that. So that's interesting. So perfect, 100% legal. I don't know. How do they do that? I mean, because shared premium subscriptions is what catches my eye. And then we know Netflix is on that. Disney's already talking about cutting that out. And the other companies are going to be, Amazon already talked about it. So this could work for a while, but so awesome stuff. So let's roll over to the K-app information. Let's talk about that. We'll touch on those things because that is it's where our grassroots took off. That's where Tribalize and me. That's our jam. That's our homeland.
It's not like it wasn't my homeland. It was, but your wife set me on a different path in life. Okay,
corrupted you.
Yeah, she gave you that little sample for free. That little sample.
Yeah, she did.
Next thing you know, you're over at the fence, doing whatever you can do to get some hard drives.
When you're a whore like me, it's there's no turning back.
There's no quenching your thirst, man.
No,
you're thirsty. You're thirsty. So, all right. So I wanted to go ahead and mention Fen. I thought I'd mention that first.
Before you do, let's say hey to DJ.
Oh, DJ, what's up, my man? I'm sorry, I got my window minimized, so I don't see who's popping in.
How's everybody doing?
All right.
Doing well. DJ, for any of the folks that not familiar with DJ. DJ is a themer. He does work with skins, does all kinds of. So if you were looking for a skin with a different look and a feel to it, he is the guy that can do all that kind of stuff. They're not builds. It's just modifications to skins to give them that very unique, cool look. And the man's got hundreds of damn themes. I don't. I mean, I don't.
And
I
how
think
come you
that's
don't call?
conservative.
How come you don't call him a hoarder? he's, he's a hoarder of
Hey,
skins
can't
and
can't
themes.
call me a can't call me a hoarder, Auburn, because I haven't done anything for 12 months.
So, well, thanks for joining us, DJ. And
Hey, thanks for the invite.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it took me a while to set up because it's been that long since I've actually jumped on
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
a
no.
Meets or on a YouTube or StreamYard. I had to
Yeah.
log back it all in and set my camera up and everything. And oh
He actually had to put some clothes on because he was like, if I
no,
turn the
I've got clothes on anyway. And
oh,
you
okay,
never
all right.
you
You
never
never
see
know.
me. You never see me anyway.
Yeah, I know. So, but yeah, DJ's guy that's definitely got his pulse on a lot of stuff that's going on. He's like me. He's in a lot of the rooms and pays attention to the new topics that are popping up. So definitely a man of some knowledge in the K app. So I wanted to mention Fen. Fen had an issue with 19, and the developer Tiki Peter says that he was not going to support 19 any longer. And within a few days of that, he pushed an update to his repository and updated the add-on. Well, somehow when he did that, it broke anybody that was on 19 from using Fen. If you try to open up Fen, all you would see is empty. Nothing would open. So there's a couple solutions that I have found that will work on this. One, you can delete the add-on, delete Fen from the repository, from your setup. If you have the newest version of the repository, his newest repository update, if you have that, after you uninstall it, reinstall it, and you should be able to get 19 to run again on Fen to run on 19. The other option you would have, which may be an option that you would want to lean to, because if you're going to do the work, you may want to just overwrite your 19 with 20. It will overwrite and you won't lose anything. So if you're using an official version of 19, 20 will override on it, and you can run from there. It is always best if you're a person that wants less bugs is to uninstall 19 and install the newest version of 20 so that you don't have any ghosts in the machine. But 20 on top of 19 should run pretty well without you having to reinstall your build or change all your stuff. You'll basically be on 20 without much problems. I'm not sure. I know that was a thing but Tiki Peter will not be, if there's things that breaks 19, he will not go out and fix those. He will leave those alone because he says he's moving on 20 and moving forward, not going to mess with 19. So I've seen lots of Reddit posts, and it's been on in Telegram where people are complaining that Fen doesn't work. It does work. It's just that your 19 has a version of 20 on top of a version of Fen 20 on it, and that won't work. You have to have the version set for 19. Any of you guys have anything to add to that, or thoughts or tests? Or
I don't blame him. The amount of code that it takes to backport something is ungodly. So I don't blame him for just moving forward and going.
Yeah. And it's moving forward. If there's a problem pops up on 19, he's not going to fix it.
Right.
So, and it's 20 is, if you go with 20.2, it's pretty stable.
Yes, it is.
I mean, there's really, it's a very stable thing right now. I didn't tell people on 20.0 to jump on it, but since then, it's fine. So, decide yourself on that. But if Fen is working fine, If it's not, then you probably need to take a look at which version of the K app that you're running, and you'll want to make sure that it's updated. The other big thing that I wanted to mention, and I saw it briefly mentioned, was a few of the add-ons that I saw out there that have been fixed for Windows Defender. Windows Defender was showing up false flags that there was issues with Asgard, Patriot, Shazam. They were like showing that there was issues. There was, it would say this is potentially dangerous stuff. Those add-ons have been fixed, so they should not show those flags in Windows. They were, fixed. If you were running Android, you never saw those issues, but if you were running on Windows, you probably saw those issues. But they've been fixed. So if you're running the K app on a PC, those add-ons have been updated. You don't have to worry about the false flags. But probably if you're running on the PC, you probably should have hid or excluded the K apps folder so that you wouldn't get false flags from different add-ons. So that's something that's going on there. You guys got any other that or any other topics of the big K app out there that you guys can think of?
I didn't know that was a fix, because I need to look into that code to see what I can do for other apps that pops up on. That's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
I know it got fixed.
Yeah. So it's good because I know that there's the crew people complain that pops up. That was one of the first that you see more than anything that people complain about, because that's probably one of the more publicly known add-ons that I would say. I mean, that is people, if they're asking questions on Facebook or Reddit, that is, and nothing wrong with that add-on. But there's so many other options. It's like that just seems to be the most popular. Kind of like Exodus. There was a lot of add-ons out there, and only everyone knew about Exodus. So, so those fixes have happened. So that's always great news to hear. People working in the backgrounds, and hats and thumbs up to all these guys and gals that are helping to keep all these add-ons running.
For the
good
people,
news, and the good news is it works.
Yeah.
yes,
Because I tested it myself because I was asked to test it. And I tested it myself. So
for the people that don't know, even if it pops up, it's not bad for your computer.
No.
It's just obfuscation of code.
Yes.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's it. It's base code 64. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not malware. It's not a virus. It's just that Windows Defender does not recognize it, and it spits it back out and saying this is malware. This is harmful to your computer, and it's not, because it's just
it's just people hiding URLs. That's all it is. People are hiding the URLs, and they hide it in big, and that's all. That's what it is. They're hiding their URLs so someone doesn't go and grab their lists and grab their add-on. And that's been going on for years.
Yeah.
I mean,
or
years
API,
that stuff has been going on.
API keys, same.
Yes, same thing. Hide your API keys. Because if someone gets that, then they stick it in an add-on. And how many times have we seen someone create an all-in-one add-on that has every single add-on in their lists all in one add-on? I mean, we've seen it. And all they do is add a bunch of URLs to this and this and this. And they're like, oh, I've got every add-on out there. So
and
that's why they're done.
They've done no work. They've took everybody else's work.
Yeah. And that hasn't happened in a while, knock on wood. But that used to happen on a regular.
Yes.
So that's done. So other than that, there's I know that there's been some tests. I've been running 21 nightly of 21. Really not seeing any issues with it. Would not suggest people to run out and use 21 unless you're someone that has a little more understanding how things can happen and are willing to take that risk. But I've been running 21. My Dolby Vision runs fine. A few times it crashes, like when I hit back, when I'm backing up out of an add-on or something. I have seen it where it'll like kind of crash out to the home screen. that's the only thing that I have seen as a bug that
And
I've
that's
noticed.
that's on your shield?
On my shield.
Or
Yep,
okay.
yep. On my shield. If I hit back, like say, you know how usually you can go back,
Yeah.
and and it'll, like go back to the home screen of the K app.
Yeah.
If you do it a few times, I have not every time, but often it will just crash out and go back to the shield screen, and I'm back at the shield,
I
which
have
is not good.
heard of a possible issue with list item with
Okay.
21, but I haven't seen it myself, so I don't know if it's going to be coded in hard in the K app in the background
Yeah.
for certain add-ons.
Okay.
I ain't
Yeah,
got
well,
21 that far. I ain't got that far to 21, so not
I
even
haven't.
thought about looking at it.
I haven't
yeah.
either.
I just mess with it. When I saw a few people talking about it, I like to test things so that if someone says, "Hey," so at least I can have some type of understanding. And that's
Well,
actually the one that Blue's running for her setup with the
well, well,
DST skin.
all I can say there, Todd, is you got too much time on your hands.
It's summer. It's summertime. Don't worry, summer's almost over for me. I'll be back to work. So, but yeah, everything seems to be running pretty good in the K community. So, when there's not a lot of things and a lot of chatter going on, that's a good thing. That means things are running well.
Well, it's like I say that I would say that's a good fix.
Mm-hmm.
Them three
Yeah. Yes.
that got mentioned, Patriot, Asgard, and Shazam. That's a great fix.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how. I know probably two of them are quite popular. I don't know how Patriot is. I don't know where that stands, but I know the others are quite popular.
They're mentioned a lot.
So, as like
And
you say, I mean, loads of groups, but a lot of the time, I don't follow them that much.
Come on, DJ. You're supposed to be following all these people.
Oh, I just can't. I've never got the I've never got the time. I've never got the time. It's like say, I'm always dabbling doing something, and like say, a lot of the time, as you know, the past like 2 years hasn't been that great for me health wise.
I
only
We've had
do
some struggles.
Yeah, I only do a limited amount of time on the computer nowadays.
Oh,
because of it. So I don't spend hours and hours like I used to in Photoshop and all that sort of like stuff. I can't remember. I think I did a theme for somebody, Ted Lasso. I think that was the last one I did, Ted Lasso. There was somebody asked me for a Ted Lasso theme, and I'd done a Ted Lasso theme. So, and that was the last thing I'd done, and that probably took me over probably a week to do, because it was do a bit here and do a bit there. Whereas before, I'd probably sit there and do it in like 2 days.
Yeah,
and that was everything. That was all the panels, everything, the fonts, the whole lot. But nowadays, I just spread it over. I just do a bit when I feel like it and when I feel well enough.
Yep. Yeah. 100%. It's about your health before anything else.
Yeah. DJ, I think I'm gonna need you to make a Plex one. I need some type of way to draw Blue back in, and maybe I might use it too. Actually, so yeah, I could fool myself.
Let's see. Andrew says the only problem he's had with 21 is the fast forward and rewind on TV shows sometimes crashes it. I'm gonna have to mess with that, see if I've noticed that issue.
I see somebody. I think is that Paper Plate graphics media.
Graphics. Yeah.
I'm sure that's Paper Plate. I'm sure that's Paper Plate. Yeah, I'm positive. I'm positive. I could be wrong, but I'm sure that's Paper Plate. Is this asking me for a theme?
Yeah.
All right. So Funster looks like he's fixing the list items. And again, when you're using a alpha, I think it's an alpha now, and you're using 21, you're on the cutting edge. There's going to be problems, so you have to accept that there's problems. So don't go into it thinking you're not going to have problems, because you could have problems that it's just better to stay with a stable. But I like to.
It's like you say, if you look at previous history with a K app, What are we now? 20.2.
Yeah.
Normally it'll go to like a 0.5 or a 0.6 before
Right.
it
Yeah.
gets
Yeah.
before it
True.
gets really, really stable.
Right.
Then once they get it stable, they push out a new version that is half stable.
Mhm.
You're right.
You're right.
Yeah, it is. It's like shit's not
And
working.
yeah, and
We
they
start
just
all over again.
yeah, and everybody starts using it, and they just fix stuff on the fly from
Yeah.
everybody's feedback.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, because they have to hear where the problem, because
Yeah,
when
Yeah.
they have when they have testers on these early versions, there's only a limited amount of people that really test and give feedback until you release it into the wild.
Mm.
And
Mhm.
there's millions of people using it on all kinds of setups with different add-ons, with different
Yeah.
skins, different devices. That's when the true problems will
Will come out.
surface.
Yeah.
That's when you're like, oh, that's a problem with
Yeah.
anything running that. And then that's when they can fix it.
Yeah. Just go back to that Titan skin.
Yeah.
I can't remember
Yeah.
the name of the.
Titan.
Yeah, I can't remember the
Manny.
person
Manny was asking
who,
about it.
who asked about it. It works on K20, so it'll work on. Sorry, it works on K19, so it'll work on K20 because they never officially changed the GU.
Oh, the GUI. So the
From
GUI never.
yeah, the GUI never officially got changed from 19 to 20.
Okay.
So the GUI on 19, it was 15, wasn't it? The GUI was actually 15. So, but you can go put it to 16 manually, but you'd have to do that on your desktop. So if you download the skin inside Kodi, drag it to your desktop, go into the add-on XML and change it on the GUI where it says 15, change it to 16. And then rezip it, then install it onto a blank Kodi and it'll work anyway. But it will work without you having to do that.
Okay.
It's like I say, all my themes that I done on 19 work on 20. I've tried them.
Yep.
That's why I haven't even bothered to push an update on them because there's no need. It still works.
Yeah.
It still works. It's same as if you download Aeon Nox, for example, from the Kodi repo on 19, zip it up, stick it on your desktop, open 20 up, and install it from zip from your desktop in 20. It'll work.
Yeah.
Nothing has changed. They never officially changed the GUI. As you know, at one point when they changed the GUI, you tried to install a skin and it didn't have the right GUI. It wouldn't install.
Yeah, it would give you that error saying cannot install a dependency.
Yeah. But you don't have that problem at the minute.
Yeah. All right. So Manny, take a look in there. And again, I don't have the URL, so you probably can go to the Kodi.tv.
Yeah, Kodi streaming apps. You want that URL? I'll post it.
All right. Well, post it in the Streaming Matters room, and we'll have it in there, and then we can he can look in there.
Yeah, I'll post it in Streaming Matters.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I've got to drop down a window now.
Oh, yeah. So we'll start on the big topic that one of the things for the titles that the show. Disney prices are going up, which again we talked about this already. Prices are going up. So Disney package or the alone add-ons are going up. We're looking at let's see, a 27% increase in prices. So Disney Plus Premium with no ads is going to go up $3 for U.S. customers. Hulu without ads will increase 20%, so it's going to go up $3 from $14.99 to $17.99. And then they're going to even the ad support. Oh, the ad support is going to stay at $7.99, with the bundle still at $9.99. Let's see. In addition, the monthly price of the two Hulu Plus live TV packages will go up by $7 as of October 12th. So I guess that's the ad one and the non-ad one. So you're looking at more. So Disney is having to go up on their prices. So we're going to see this worldwide. It's showing that it's going to go up in all the countries.
It's
So
ridiculous.
it's going up. Yeah.
You just read all that, and I know I've seen people that will sit there and say, yeah, I got this, I got this package and I got that package, and they don't know that they have the third package, and they said they've been paying for it, and then, oh, I forgot my login for it. You get the login, and sure, they've been paying for it. They have it. There's so many different damn services out there.
Yep.
It's so confusing.
And how much do each
and that's
person
what they're
use
hoping
each
for.
one?
Right.
Yep. Yeah. It is you have to look at what are you using, what are you watching, because a lot of times I'll use Paramount Plus, for example. Got family members that loved Yellowstone. And as well as a lot of people liked Yellowstone, and Yellowstone was on Paramount Plus. So people had to have Paramount Plus. And what's that? $4 or $6 a month, something like that. And they've went up on their prices, but people got it for Yellowstone and then never turn it off. And they continue to pay that monthly of that $6, $7 a month just for that one service that they may or may not use. It's just, it is kind of I don't understand how people can justify, but a lot of times I think if we were still getting bills, if we got paper bills,
bills, yep,
people would pay more attention. But everything now is auto pay through a credit card or debited out of your debit card or a checking account. So you never see it. So when you get hit with that $5, $6, $8, $10 once a month, you don't ever notice it. If you got a bill that came in your mailbox and you opened it, I've got to go and send so and so $8 for this service, you'd be more apt to turn that off. I think the auto draft has made people numb and
if they got a
complacent.
yearly bill, you're going to pay $200 for this this year. How much are you going to use it?
Yeah.
People would be shocked.
Yep.
Well, I think about my Sirius XM when I had Sirius XM downstairs.
I had it.
Remember that's like $300 when they send you that bill.
Yep.
And you're
Not
like,
me.
hell to the no.
No,
And I would call and bitch and complain, and I'd get it down to a little over 100. But you're right. I would see that, oh my God, $300. Oh no. And then I would react. Now Auburn, who is grandfathered in, and he's paying 10 cents a month because
no, I don't even. I got lifetime on it. Hey, I was no fool.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, not everybody can get that kind of access. But you're right, Tribalize. If people got a yearly bill, and it was actually a bill you saw, it would probably catch your attention. But when you nickel and dime somebody over and over and over, it's easy to miss it. So yeah, that's happened. So to cradle off of or to piggyback off of the Disney stuff, Disney's talking about selling some of their assets. Disney is they're struggling financially, and they're talking about selling off some of their stuff. And actually, Bob has said nothing's off the table to being sold, be it some of the ABC networks, or he's talked about ESPN. The one thing I think he said that he will not sell is the Hulu. I think he said that that's not something that they want to consider. But you think about ABC owns a lot of channels, networks, or channels all over the country. And they're talking about selling off some of those, as well as ESPN being its own entity or selling it off to somebody. So Disney is struggling with some bad decisions that it's been making and jumping into this streaming world. It's not an easy thing. Here on it says Disney Plus lost 4 million subscribers last quarter. expected
Now,
to
now,
lose 800
4
million in
million,
the third quarter.
800 million.
Yeah,
And they thought
losing
Netflix had a
800 million.
problem,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
That's just insanity, you
Well,
know?
yeah. I mean, it really, you think about Netflix and the infrastructure that Netflix built. They built an
Mhm.
infrastructure,
Yeah.
and they did it over years. And then all these other services tried to run into the game
Yeah.
because they wanted to be part of this streaming world. Um,
You couldn't mess with Reed.
it's a lot of upfront costs, whereas Netflix was spending and investing as they grew. So they were
Mhm.
investing, so that money is, they've got that infrastructure. Uh, all these other companies, Max, Warner
Mhm.
Brothers, Disney, they've had to fork out the money to get
Mhm.
into this game,
Yep.
and everybody got in the water at the same time. I mean, everybody jumped into this. So the problem is now we've become diluted. All
Mhm.
these services are diluted, as we said. Too many services. People are deciding, I can't afford this.
I don't know
So
if Disney will cut off ESPN because they just recently purchased Barstool
Yep.
Sportsbook.
Right.
So just for that alone, I think they would bring that back in. But who knows?
Well, but it depends. They've talked about ESPN being its own entity to kind of stand on its own, because ESPN does bring in a lot of money to Disney, and they're thinking if they sell it off. And we talked about this a couple months back. I mean,
Mhm.
I don't, but I remember it discussed that Bob mentioned that that's a possibility. Now, nothing's happened, but it is a possibility that it could, to try to bring some money back into the coffers.
You know why
So
they're looking for money back, right?
because you don't go to Disney World no more.
No. No, I can't even go there. I got a contract out on Mickey.
You're
But
banned.
yeah. Oh yeah. And the reason why they're looking for this money is because they hired back Bob. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Yeah.
He's taking a big chunk for his pockets.
yeah.
Then you want me to come fix this? You know?
There's a lot of stuff that these companies are buying content, and it's a lot of money going out. But if you don't have the subscriber base, and everybody's fighting for these subscribers,
Mhm.
and this goes into why they're trying to get rid of people that are sharing accounts, and
Yeah.
there's a lot going on there. One other thing here was another topic. Peacock is raising its prices. So Peacock is having to go up, and this is the NBC product, the streaming service by NBC. They have again, a lot of money been going out and not as much coming in, and it being one of the smaller subscription bases. This is
Basis.
not one of your big ones. This is one of the smaller ones. They're
But you would
going up
figure
a
that
buck.
they would be bigger,
Yeah.
You would
because
think.
you figure ABC, CBS, Paramount, and then NBC.
Yeah.
And then where does Fox land in all this? I don't hear Fox complaining about how much money they have.
No. Well, but
It's
and you look at Peacock jumped in on the Premier League. They jumped in last year, 2020. They jumped in on the Premier League. So they got their money went out for the Premier League to be able to show it in the States. And so let's see. Here it says Comcast Peacock's has grown to 22 million subscribers, which claims a 60% year over year growth. So it's 60%, but 22 million is nothing. What was it?
right.
Netflix is 260 million or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, so
I think they were hoping to catch that Premier League cash coming in, but it didn't
yeah,
happen.
yeah. Well, and they got to hope to catch that cash in the U.S. Premier
Yes.
League is popular, but
Yes.
it's not the NFL.
Not that popular. Yeah. Right.
Not in the U.S., especially.
Not in the
No.
in the U.S. is what I'm talking about. So you're only going to be able to get so many people sign up to get that for that. Here's another topic here. I'm gonna get all your bad news out here at the beginning here. Netflix axes the basic ad-free plan in the US and the UK. We talked about this last show that
Yep.
they did this in Canada last month or the month before. If you are a new person and you want to sign up for the basic ad-free package, you can't do it no more in now Canada, US, and the UK. You have to get one of their other packages, either a ad-based or pay more. And this was done kind of quietly. They didn't talk about this. You just had to go to the website and all of a sudden see it. Now, if you have the cheap ad-free package, so you have the basic ad-free package, and you're like, I'm only paying $10, Dabs. That's all I'm paying. I'm paying $9.99. You can continue to keep it. But if you change your package or if you drop that package, you will not be able to re-sign up for it. You are basically grandfathered in to that package now. If you change something, that package will not be available to you. So fair warning to the people that have Netflix with a low, that $10 a month package ad-free. Do not change it if you like it, because if you change it, you will not be able to go back to it. So let's see. I think I had one. Here's a graphic for the folks that want to know, like the Netflix. So this is their new packaging, their new pricing structure. You're going to pay $7 a month, $6.99 with the ads. $15.49 is your standard, and then if you want the premium, is going to be the $20 a month. So, and that gives you a 4K. Keep in mind, there are certain content that you will not see in the standard ad-based. They said there will be content that's not available with the ad-based that is available on standard and premium. So let's say they had a big show and everybody's watching it. It's possible that it would not be available on the ad-based package.
Or either that or only like the first and second season.
How do you like that shit? It's like, oh yeah, we're on season 2, but you can only watch season 1. That was another thing with Netflix. It was like, Blue would be looking for something, and she's like, wait, it's on the second season, but I only see the first season.
But why would she be looking there?
Well, she loved Netflix, and
listen, nobody loved Netflix more than me. Okay,
well, but this goes back to the same reason why she got rid of the Plex cloud server. She wasn't using it.
Right.
She was using it so other people could
enjoy
it.
Other people could use it. Yeah.
And it's same with Netflix. She watched Netflix sometimes. I mean, not all the time, sometimes. But it was because other family members were enjoying the Netflix because she was paying for it. But then when they cut that out, I was like, why are you paying for it still? It doesn't make any sense. And in Canada, she was paying not $19.99. She was paying $24 or $23.99.
Not worth it. It's just not worth it. How can they, think that someone is going to say, okay, well, yeah, $24.99 is fine for me to pay for something that I'm not using constantly.
Yeah.
Depends on that. Like like I have Android TV. So if you do a search on Android TV and you're looking for a specific show, it'll list certain things.
Yep.
Yeah.
But actually, if you look, you can purchase seasons or a show cheaper than what you can subscribe to some of these services.
Right. But you have to remember, you purchase that from them, and then later on down the line, like Disney will say, oh, well, we're getting rid of that. It's not yours no more. It still belongs to Disney.
Yes.
So what's the sense of, paying all that, that for that season when you really don't have the season? You're better off going to Walmart and buying the box set,
Oh, I agree.
That's all in the hoarder.
Yeah, well, hey, listen.
Damn Plex hoarder.
Listen.
Got all that content because they can take it away from me.
They can take it away. Now, when they take it away from you, Okay, I'll take you off my Plex, then, brother. Okay.
Well, they can't take away me
Oh,
because
me, boo.
I find enough servers. All right. So yeah, that's so yeah, bad news there. And
Yeah.
then but Netflix says they added 6 million subscribers in the last quarter after they got a crackdown on the password sharing, which I can see that, but
You didn't
on
think
this,
it was going to happen. I told you it was going to happen,
but
and
you
you
know one
guys
of the
looked at me like I was crazy.
no,
I'm
but
like,
listen,
no, people, it'll click anything.
yeah, but what gets me on this, when I was reading the article, it said that even it gained customers, but it doesn't really say that if it actually counts the people it took away that dropped it and then the people it added. You
Okay.
know what I mean? People that got rid of it.
Yeah, there
They're
must
not-
be people looking to come back for it because that's why they're going to charge more. They sit there and say, "Oh well, the grandfather people, you can do this. You left us, now you're going to have to pay
Yeah.
they're not
because
going to
we
list
know you
that.
want it." It's like giving out free crack. You know what I mean? You give out free crack for a while, and then you take it away, and they're going to have to say, "Oh, I'm going to have to pay for it now." Plain and simple.
It looks good for the stock prices, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was some pluses for the stock, but here, look at here, 232 million subscribers, and we talked about what was it, Peacock, 22 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's
Yeah, but like you say, Todd.
Yep.
Todd. Netflix has been growing for years,
Yep.
hasn't it? So they're bound to have that many subscribers.
And they were the only game in town for such a long time, and they've built
They were.
a solid
were.
package. I mean, to be honest, if I was
'Cause-
going to pay for any of the services, I probably
like I
would
say,
pay for Netflix over any of the others.
Netflix was built on the back of blockbusters.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Was it blockbusters?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hollywood Video too.
Yeah, so that, like I say, that was built off the back of that because when all that collapsed, where you
Mhm.
went out and you rented your DVD or your VHS tape or your Betamax.
But the problem was, Blockbuster had the opportunity to buy Netflix.
I know.
Netflix came to them, you know.
Mm.
So how bad does Blockbuster feel now? You know, hey,
Well,
they
they're
had the
nowhere.
opportunity.
They're nowhere to be seen now, are they? So
No, what's that one? Just one. Bend,
Mhm.
Oregon. I got to make it there one day.
One
I
day.
still have my card and see if they'll let me rent some more movies. I miss
Well,
that.
when I'm looking at the numbers, so it said that the number increased by 5.8 million. But it also says here that the streaming that they gained 1.7 million. So I bet you if you subtract because they lost they lost 4 million. They lost 4 million people
Mhm.
from that canceled it, but they gained 5.8, so they had a net of 1.7 million. So they didn't gain 6 million. They actually only gained 1.7 because you got to consider the people that canceled it.
Right.
Because that's how when you read it, they got 5.8 million new people. But then you have to count how many people canceled it. So they said the streamer game of 1.7. So so Netflix isn't doing too bad yet. They're going to still be around for a little while longer.
Mhm.
This goes one of the other topics here. We've already talked about the growing number of cord cutters are cutting costs. So over people in our side chat, how many people plan to cut some of their paid subscriptions, be it the HBO Max, the Hulu? I'm not going to count Prime because Prime really, even though it's a subscription for a streaming service, most people don't pay for it for that content. They're doing it for the shipping and that kind of stuff. So, how many people plan to cut the Netflix or HBO, Disney, Hulu, Peacock, Paramount, Anybody over in the? I'm wondering in the side chat. I don't know the people on the panel. What do? Any of you guys have any of that?
Well,
Go ahead.
I only have what is that the Amazon Prime, but I won't get rid of that because that's been free. You know, I got rid of my Netflix, you know, and that's when all hell broke loose over there.
once
know,
once they didn't get your $6
yeah,
a month,
right.
it all fell
They were like
apart.
something's wrong. You know, come on, Reed Hastings left. You know, he's like, yeah, this guy's been paying me for years. You know, and he left. No, there's something wrong. He had to quit.
I still have I use Max and I use Prime.
Okay.
Just recently, me and the wife cut Netflix just because of the price increase, and we didn't use it.
Yeah.
You know, we enjoy them both. I love, the content that some of them come out with, but what we've seen is you have a subscription and you're waiting for a show.
Yeah.
You're only wanting to see that one show, and what they put in the meantime is not enough to keep it.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. It's just like I was saying about Yellowstone and how many people signed up for it, and then Yellowstone is done, and then they're like, I'm still paying every month, and what content are you watching? I mean, are you any of it?
They don't want to check anything else out.
I don't have any of them.
Yeah,
I don't have no paid Netflix, HBO, Prime, Hulu, Disney, nothing. I don't use no.
Is there HBO in the UK?
There probably is. We probably could get it if we, like you say.
No, I'd really like to know because I've been thinking like if that's what part of the problem is for the HBOs and the Paramount, if they go to other countries, what they have to pay for it. Because I don't know what Netflix has to do about that.
It could be one of these scenarios where, like with Netflix, if you want to watch content from a different country, you chuck a VPN on. So it might be one of those scenarios where if you set your account up, your Google account as United States, America, you might be able to get them. You know what I mean? Chuck a VPN on.
But I'm talking about the normal schmo. Let's say, someone who lived over here in the States, they loved watching Yellowstone or something. They go over to the UK and all of a sudden now they can't get it. What happens? What is that person supposed to do? Not being a cord cutter.
All right, I want to say. All right, so I was looking through different people. I saw different people of Netflix. I will give Patty the Discovery Plus. One of the things about Discovery Plus, I actually get that free with my phone service. There's content on Discovery Plus that you can't find other places because some of those reality shows are incredibly hard to find. So I could see it's paying for that. And I want to know, we got Doc Swiffy over there. What the hell? He's paying for Netflix, Paramount Prime, which we'll give it that, and Disney. This is a man that has some knowledge. He's got resources. Yep. Doc, what are you doing? I mean, I don't know. It blows me away. Oh, he writes them off as work expenses. All right, well, so it's all tax stuff.
I can't do that on this show.
Yeah, we can't write. We are not allowed to write it off on tax. We don't, Well, I guess. All right, so with his layout and with him being a YouTuber and something, I guess he could. Yeah, but I can't write it off as taxes. So, so that's funny. That is funny. So, hey, if Doc ever wants to bring his happy ass on here, the show's always open for everybody. So, so yeah, it is kind of interesting to see, what people pay. I do. They're shrinking Sharon. She loves some Discovery Plus. But for me, I know where to find most of the content. It's just curious. I know, but even cord cutters are having to take a look at this because they're talking, like I said, with my own family, that they're talking about how much they're spending. They're like, we got to cut this all back. So yeah, it's even us cord cutters are doing it, and recording purposes, plus the kids and wife. I had to train. Well, train. I had to get my family prior to understand when we went to cord cutting, when we actually cut all the stuff off and cable. There was a learning curve for everybody, and if you have smaller kids, it's even harder. But yeah, it that can be a struggle. Getting the family to jump on board with it could be pretty hard. I could see that. On some good news, YouTube has a new volume normalizer that some folks may be able to check out. You may be able to look into on YouTube. Whereas if you're a person that's watching a lot of videos and from one video to another, you may find the volume jumps up incredibly high on some videos and then be real low on others. So YouTube has introduced a normalizer, and I thought that it had a picture. Because you'll go in, you'll be able to find it. It'll be a little toggle here, and you'll be able to find stable volume, and you're going to be able to turn that on. So if you're looking in YouTube on the app, you may be able to find that, because maybe I'm too loud at other times and too quiet at others. So, but a lot of times it happens when you're watching different videos. One video will be super high, and the next one will be a little low. So that's a neat feature. I can see that, and YouTube's just slow to catch up on that because there's a lot of other of our audio applications that done that for a long time. But let's see. For people in the U.S., this may be a good news for you. The U.S. government is working to look out for you and to try to make it a little bit easier for you to cancel some of your subscriptions. I actually saw this firsthand when I wanted to turn off my Prime. I enabled Prime during I think it was Prime days, or was it at Christmas? I think it was at Christmas. I enabled Prime, did it for 1 month, and then the next month I had to turn it off. Thought I had canceled it, and then find out another month later that I had not canceled it, because you have to not only click on once that you want to cancel it, there's several places you have to say, yeah, I don't want it. No, I don't want it. Oh, you sure? Yes, I want to cancel it. Is this your last chance? Do you really want to cancel it? So the government is actually going to make it they're going to make it as easy as it is to sign up. It's going to be that easy to unsubscribe to things. And this is a graph to show you how many steps it takes to actually sign up for something. Prime Video takes 2 steps to sign up, but 6 steps to unsubscribe. And that is common in a lot of the jumping the hoops. So
just do my trick. Just do my trick. Take me payment card off the account. Then when it comes round to them trying to take money off my card, they cancel it for me.
Yeah, that's true. I've actually had it where I've actually, when I've gotten a new card, if I have, sometimes you get a new bank card, and if they had that old payment, it's like, that's not working.
I had that years and years ago where I had a new card, but they actually still managed to take the money off the older card.
Oh shoot!
Ouch.
So I actually phoned them up, and I think they took a year's subscription as well, which was something like 79 UK pounds.
Wow.
And it was like, and I actually phoned Amazon up and I said, "What are you doing? You've took it off a card that's out of date. It's expired. Why are you doing that?" "Oh, we do apologise. We'll get it back to you." I think it took about 2 weeks for it to actually come back to me.
Yeah. Getting money back is always slow.
But they're quick enough to take it. So nowadays, if I order anything off there, sometimes they'll give me the offer, like, have Amazon Prime next day delivery for 99p, and they'll give me like 31 days or like 2 weeks or something. But as soon as I've paid and the payment's gone through off my card, that's it. My card gets deleted off the account. I never leave it on there.
That's smart. That is smart.
I just tell all these machines that I'm an AI, and it just completely leaves me alone.
It is kind of it is again. I found out when I was doing Prime, and that was I thought I turned it off and thought I canceled it, and then next month, boom! I was like, what the
Mm.
hell?
Yeah, but
And
it's true. You shouldn't have to go through all
no,
these steps to
no,
cancel something.
No.
There should
No.
be one button that says
Mhm.
cancel.
and then
Cancel.
maybe I can get a cancel, and then I could be,
Are you
are you
sure?
sure?
Yeah.
Yep.
It makes sense. You
Mm.
know, are you sure? Because sometimes you're being, maybe it's in your pocket and it's bouncing around. But
Mhm.
yeah, and it's pretty bad. So again, the U.S. government is looking, and this is not law yet, but they're moving towards it, which I think I think a lot of the subscription services will take a look and say, ooh, you
Mhm.
know,
Mm.
might
Yep.
They
want to.
should.
Maybe we don't want to be getting in hot water. So
Well, I always have them, send me a message from any of my accounts that you're taking the payment. You
oh.
know, that it might be annoying to some people, but to me, it's like, okay, now I know you're taking
Well,
that
and
payment.
that's always a checkbox
Yeah,
probably that you turn
yeah,
that's off by default.
yeah. That's off by default,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
It's
it is
off
off
by
by.
default. You actually have
Yep.
to turn it on to get
Yeah,
that notification that your payment's coming out,
yeah,
which is a
Yeah.
great idea because
yeah.
then it makes you aware of when
Aware.
you're
I
making.
want to know that
Yes,
you're
that's
taking
smart.
that. Because otherwise, you don't have a receipt or nothing. You
I
know,
think
I,
it's I think it's 3 days before it runs out, isn't it?
yeah,
They send you
yeah,
an email, but you have
right.
to put, like you say,
Or text.
you have to put a tick in a box.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And just about all of them have that.
Mm.
When you go into your account, you can check everything in there. I always turn it on because I can't stand that. They want to charge me to send me a bill. You know
Mm.
what I mean? I hate that. I absolutely drives me crazy.
Listen, guys, I hate to drop, but
Yep.
I gotta
Oh,
roll off here. Thank you
All
all.
right,
Thank you,
Tribalize.
panel.
yeah,
All right.
man. Thanks
Thanks
so much
again
for
for
Take it
coming.
jumping
easy.
on here.
Yeah.
And again, for anybody that would like to join the show is always open. Open for anybody that wants to join and to join in the discussion, share information, share knowledge. Um, it's an open show, so I don't
I'll try and
don't
share my
discriminate.
knowledge.
You try
I'll
to.
try.
I know you do. You try. You got so much. We can't take it all.
Yeah.
The NFL Network is losing over 20 million subscribers from cords cutting. Now this comes from it's because the NFL Network is tied to DirecTV, Dish Network, or the cable companies. And as people get rid of those subscriptions, of course, the NFL Network is tied to those and is losing out. So I thought, wasn't the NFL Network actually going to come out with an app? Didn't we talk about that
I think we did.
a month or two ago? I thought they were going to release their own app that they were going to be able to show games that were over and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm. It would make sense. That would, I think for them to be able to do a thing where you can basically have on demand for any game that you might have missed
Well, all right,
would be great.
but the problem with watching any game you missed
Hmm.
is the NFL signs a contract, and now YouTube has that contract, and so they can't. I don't know how old. I don't know how old the show or the game has to be over before the NFL
Before they
Network can
can.
show it because YouTube owns the right. Before DirecTV owned the rights
Oh, that's
to
right. That's
remember they
right.
own the rights. So you've got. So it'll be interesting. I'm not sure
Well,
how that all
well,
works.
whoever owns it should be the one, to say, okay, here goes that game on demand for you. You know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
there's a lot of times guys don't get to watch that game. They have to go and, do something with the family, and they want to see the game. You
Yep.
know, how many wives will buy that package for their husband so they can spend the Sunday with them.
I don't know if
You
my
know what
wife.
I'm saying?
I don't know if she
Well,
knows.
I don't know
she,
because
she just tries to get rid of you anyhow.
She's like, "There's another TV downstairs. Go
Yeah,
downstairs
right.
and watch it."
yeah, I can't watch it. I'll get fed up with the amount of adverts that you guys
Oh
have
my
to
God,
put
there's
up
Right.
so
with.
many.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 100%. There's
Yeah.
so many ads in a game now. It's
But
unbelievable.
It's like
think
you say,
about the money
every
you
time.
could get to sell it without the ad.
Well,
Every time the game stops, it's an advert.
Mhm.
It's an
yeah,
advert.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So NFL Network is been losing subscribers, but believe me, NFL's not losing no money. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
they- yeah.
Yeah.
Here's some other good news, and this was really cool. I think the NASA is launching their own streaming service later this year. Now, this is going to be a free application. As of now, they're saying it's going to be free, no ads, no cost, but you're going to be able to watch the launches, documentaries, original series, and I would probably guess that you'll probably be able to do uh, some of the video or cameras from
Mm-hmm.
space stations and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So I think this is a cool service there that's going to be coming out. So NASA will be launching their own uh, app service, streaming service, so that you can see some of that stuff. So I think that's pretty cool. What do you guys think? I mean, that's
I think it's going to be great.
So,
I don't know if they're going to show the original moon landing, to show all those shadows and a
the
flag
fake.
that's waving. Yeah.
shh. Listen to you two, you tinfoil hat wearing mugs, fake.
The,
America got there. America was on the moon.
the fake moon landing that was done in Texas.
Don't you know what?
Yep.
We're gonna be talking about Bigfoot next. All right. So here is another article about if you're wanting to know about your internet speed and you're wanting to know what's available, there is a map, this website, and any of the links that we talk about in the show, they're down below. So if you guys want to check out these links, you can go and put in your URL, put your address in there, and it can show you what internet providers is in your neighborhood. And this is another really good. If you move to some new place, you may not
Except
know.
Canada. Except
Well, yeah,
Canada.
it's only in the U.S. It is only because it's run by the FCC. I looked it up. It was like
You
FCC.
got me going to the site now and trying it.
Yeah. You're not gonna. It's not gonna do you good, DJ. But if you're in the U.S., you'll be able to do a search to find out what kind of internet speed and who offers that speed. And this might be also a thing if you're a person that's lived somewhere for a while, you may want to periodically do this to find out if there's new services in your area
Yep.
at a lower price or a faster speed. A really good tool to use. I think this is a really good find. This should have been one of those Aybyns sites of the week, because this a great tool for folks. And
Yep.
and I think we're at your part, buddy Ro.
Okay. 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 Yeah. We are.
I think we're hold on a second.
Just check the stars before I before we go
the
over it, and
stars
just to make sure.
starred. Okay.
Okay.
I've seen the DirecTV app.
DirecTV
I didn't think that the DirecTV app would go on it.
on a Fire Stick.
Yeah. So yeah, it'd be definitely funny to.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's saying, you ain't getting me on that stuff. DirecTV.
You did it just like she would have.
Hey, all right, we got all those questions.
Okay.
I think we got all that. We got the Titan. We got them all. Got them all.
Okay.
All right.
Right.
Let's see here. So it's time.
All right. Okay. Which one is that? Okay. Is this one?
If I were,
if
it were my home.
If it were my home, yeah. I'm trying to remember it. I can barely see it here on the screen.
Hold on. I'll make it bigger for you.
That's what.
This is the one that allows you to, you just pick one of those countries there, if you want. Or I think you can
Afghanistan.
Yeah, why not? and oh, that's right, you're in Canada, but
That's
it's
all
so
right.
it's
That's all right.
okay. It'll show you from where you are compared to that other country. So if you scroll down a bit and you see there, it shows you these different um, things for each country. I can't
So,
read what any of them are from here
all right,
though.
hold on a second. I'll read these.
Yeah.
So, if Afghanistan was your home instead of Canada, I would die 31 years sooner, be 24.9 times more likely to die as in infancy. So, as a baby, I would have died. 5 times more likely to be unemployed, make 97% less money,
Wow.
be 4 times more likely to be murdered. I would consume 99% less oil because probably wouldn't be able to drive.
Drive.
99% less electricity.
Wow.
99% less on healthcare because I wouldn't have healthcare. Be 30% less likely to be in prison, and 66% likely to have HIV or AIDS.
Wow.
uh
I'm surprised
3.8
that
times more babies. So I'd have
I,
more
I
babies.
I'm surprised they didn't say anything about the beer. You know.
You wouldn't be able to drink beer. You would not
Right.
be able to drink beer. All right, so let's pick another.
UK.
Let me do
Pick
the
the
UK.
UK.
Yeah,
Let's
all
have a
right.
laugh.
Yeah, let's see what we got here. United Kingdom. Compare. If United Kingdom were your
Green.
home instead of Canada, you would be 10% less likely to be unemployed. I would consume 70% less oil, use 64% less electricity. I would make 13% less money, spend 36% less on healthcare. I'd have 2% more time, 28% less likely to be murdered. So murder, yeah,
Tired.
yeah. I would die sooner. So there's a lot of greens for being in if I was in
Yeah.
UK versus Canada. So let's do this compared. Let's try the US.
Mm.
All right. All right. So if you were in the United States, if United States were your home instead of UK, so DJ, if you
Yeah.
came to the US,
Yeah.
you'd be 5.9% more likely to be in prison. So 6% chance of being in 6%, 6 times likely to be in prison. You'd consume 3 times the oil because you get to drive all the time. 2.5 times more on your health care. You'd spend 2.5 times more in electricity. 3.8 more times likely to be murdered. But you would make 41% more in money.
Yeah, but that's the only one green out of all
Yeah,
that.
one green.
So yeah.
Out of that equation, nah, I'll stay where I am.
So this is a great site. So if you're not sure, if you hate your home, if you hate the country you're in and you're like, fuck it, I'll move to another country. Do a comparison.
Yeah, do a comparison first, you know.
This site might help you to think about things about how you compare to other places.
If you go to the health on there,
Yeah.
what does it say?
I would spend. I know I got to spend more on healthcare. Yeah.
Spend 2.4 times more money on healthcare.
Yeah.
Well, I would say it's more than 2.4% because we don't pay for our healthcare in the UK.
But your healthcare is you're paying for your healthcare through taxes.
Yeah.
So even if it's not, you're still paying. And so that is calculated in. Because see, it's saying it says in the UK you're paying $3,600 of your income is going to go into to cover your tax. Because just like here, yeah, healthcare is covered, but the taxes that you pay are way higher than when I'm in the States. So the States, you just pay it outright or through your check. It comes out. It doesn't come out via some taxes. You actually pay it out of your pocket. So
it's called pay as you earn here.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So the more
We-
money you make,
we
the more it
don't-
keeps taken out.
We don't have to think. Well, only self-employed people in the
Yeah.
UK have to think
Yep.
about paying their taxes each year. But
Yep.
somebody that actually works for a company, the company actually takes it out of your wage and pays it for you.
Okay.
And
So
see, you guys don't
you
drive.
don't, we don't have to, like you guys in the States, well, like you used to, Todd, you
Yeah.
probably used to have to get an accountant to work out all your taxes for the whole year and pay it.
Well, mine just came
No,
out of my
comes
check.
out of your check.
So I paid, but I paid for me. I was paying pre-tax. I was paying $500 a month came out of my check to cover healthcare. $500 every month was going to healthcare. That covered me and my son. So
I'm on about general taxes.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yep. Yep.
Because you don't pay on your wage, do you? Through your employer doesn't take your taxes out for you.
Yeah.
do they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
They do.
take the taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you'll have your gross, which is how much you made, and then all the taxes come out before you ever get your
Before
net.
you get your money.
Yeah, so, but yeah, this is a cool site. So if you're thinking
Yeah.
that your country, you got it bad in your country, do a little search here to see what compare in your country versus someplace else. That's a good
See,
site there.
it just shows everybody to move to the UK. Look,
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
Canada had a lot of green.
You guys don't even have air conditioners, you know?
no, we don't have that sort of lot thing.
Let me see. What was it? But
Air conditioning to the UK is open the window.
Yeah. Not when it was hot out though.
No,
And all that's changing in the world. You know, you guys are going to be looking for ACs.
yeah, I
So,
think it might be something that they'd have to look into in the future in the
Yeah.
UK.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause
Oh.
the heat ain't no joke.
And
No.
it's not going nowhere.
Crazy.
All right. What about this letterboxed? What
Yeah,
is
here we
this,
go.
Alban?
Letterbox is like another app, like
It's like a
like-
watch
like-
TV
like a watch list or like a
track.
tracked. Yeah, yeah. It looks pretty neat. I don't think it works with Flex yet.
'Cause it
But
Keep
I
track of every film you've ever watched. So yeah. Keep a diary of your film. Watch.
Yeah, it lets you do a bunch of stuff with it,
Okay, and you can share
and
the
you can
social
share it with-
network for
yeah.
You can share your information.
Yeah.
So what? How much is the?
The pricing.
Yeah, I was just wondering.
All
All right, so it does have lists like track too.
Yeah.
So you have a list like track. Just looking. I was looking for the cost. I didn't see.
Message free.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah, $24 a month for the Pro.
That's too high.
I mean, excuse me, $24 a year. It's a year.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's,
Yeah,
that's cheaper.
Yeah.
That's cheaper than track.
So it's all right. So select a filter your favorite. Pick from any of the services listed in Just Watch. That was the other one. Is Just Watch.
Just watch. Yeah.
So are they link? I wonder if they're linking.
Maybe they're
into
linking.
the
Yeah.
content that they're kind of piggybacking off of Just Watch.
Yeah.
Because remember, Just Watch would also tell you if you were looking for your show. It
Yeah.
would tell you what service you get it
What
from.
service is on? Talk about what you're looking to watch. I know a lot of you guys are writing stuff there in Cody, and I know once before I did ask for something, and you guys done it. Why oh why doesn't anybody when they're grabbing this information about a different show, why doesn't anyone show what network it's coming from? Because the first thing us as cord cutters, when we watch something and we try to tell someone who's not a cord cutter about it, they ask us, "Oh, what channel is it on?"
Oh yeah, they always ask that.
We don't know because we have nothing that tells us.
No.
We don't care. at that point, because we got it. But yeah, for the other people that,
So what do you want?
and
What are you?
I wanted to tell me if it's Discovery it came from, if
So
it was
when you open
HBO.
up,
uh,
when you open
when
a TV show,
Yeah,
you want it to pop
when
across
it
the
shows me the
bottom.
metadata, of
Okay.
everything else about it, just the way how track does. Track
Okay.
tells you where it's coming from. It makes sense, for because where else am I going to go to get it? I have to go to track. But if Cody or if Plex told me this, it make things so much easier.
Hmm. Well, the only way that Cody does it if you go to some add-ons have networks like it'll
Right,
have,
but
and
we're
you have to
not.
go
But
there.
but even when you go there, let's say you watch it, you just did a search for a show or a movie, it still doesn't tell you where it came from.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But that information's got to be sitting out in the whole
yeah,
metadata world because
yeah,
if Track is finding it, why can't anything else?
yeah. You're right. I mean, yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, when you
It
open,
would make sense, because people always ask, well, what did you watch it on? I don't know. I watched it in Plex,
yeah.
or on the Cap, you know.
Well, you need to send a letter or a post on the forums for
Yeah,
from Plex, because as much as you use Plex, you probably
yeah.
got like you got an inside angle on that. The
No,
developers of Plex.
you guys know how I am. It's just like I find all these things to do, and I just say, "Oh, did you know you can do this?" And you guys go like, "No, that's not possible." And sure,
Well, so
yeah,
letterboxed, if you're a
yeah,
person that's looking for an alternative to your tracked, this may be something you check out. I might have to poke
mhm,
and look around to see if I
yeah.
can link that into my
Go to
setups.
Cap, yeah. Well,
Um,
that's why I still can't understand why the other thing we were talking about before about with uh me not seeing you and me not seeing the things that you have
I
watched,
watched.
why it doesn't hit your track and uh then hit your Plex,
Hmm.
because mine does. If I would have watched something in Cody, my Plex knows that I watched it.
Yeah, I'll have to go and I'm gonna compare. I'll have to
Yeah.
open up my Plex and see what shows it says that I've watched.
Uh-huh.
Like something that
Yeah.
I know I've watched, to
Right.
see if it's syncing,
It's
because I'm
seeing it's
wondering,
thinking it.
maybe when I moved and I redid my computer, I'm wondering if
Maybe it's something
that,
you didn't do. Yeah.
yeah, that I didn't reauthorize it.
Yeah.
It's possible
Yeah.
because,
Because that's,
yeah,
I think, one of my major things that I like about Flex, is that it keeps that list and it keeps my stuff, because like a lot of times for me, if I'm just, I go to a doctor's appointment and I just go into tracked on my phone and I start looking at new stuff that's coming out. All I have to do is just click on it and add it to my
yeah,
Flex list,
yeah,
and it's already grabbing it for me. You know what I mean? I love that about
yeah. I've been using, I use the watch list all the time when I'm
it.
out,
Uh-huh.
and I have it on my phone. I have tracked on my phone.
Yeah.
So whenever
So
somebody,
that's another thing. So if you have something in your watch list, are you seeing it on your Plex? That's one quick way to know.
I'll have to look. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been so
Yeah.
long since I opened up Plex.
Mm.
Okay.
I think, you know what? Now I finally got it. I just finally got it, everybody. Dabs did something to Blue. Since none of us have seen Blue, I think that he got rid of Blue, and now is saying that, oh well, Blue wants to get back into to the Cap world, and you did something with her since none of us have seen her,
Yeah, you haven't seen
and
her.
I heard her voice, but you know how AI is nowadays, guys. You know,
Yep. Yep. The AI.
he's got an
Uh,
AI version of her out there, and he's using that to try to fool us all. and he just really wanted to be a Canadian citizen for so long. He just
Yeah,
wanted to raise up that
yeah.
that red and white flag, you know.
Get the maple leaf and the maple syrup. Maple syrup is awesome now.
Oh,
Real maple syrup. And that was one of the things when I went down to the States. I took a whole bunch of smaller bottles of maple syrup from here and took it down there and
uh-huh.
gave it to my friends
Oh,
for
okay. Did I
each
like it?
time I went to somebody's house. I'm like, here, you get a
Uh-huh.
maple
I
syrup. You get a maple syrup. You get a maple syrup.
did.
Just to so yeah. So yeah. All right. So
Did you
someone
bring
Steve
back
says,
all your stuff? Oh, go ahead.
yeah, I brought back stuff. Arctic Horizon 2 will show all the network sources. So I'll have to. I don't have the Arctic Horizon skin. I don't use that.
Probably a lot of them will. If you
Yeah,
go into the info,
Hmm.
yeah.
when you get the
Yeah, you
dialogue
have to.
menu, yeah,
So you're saying that it shows it to you when you click
it
on
could.
the movie or show,
Hold on,
it
let me have
shows it to you.
let me have a look. It could do. I'm speculating. I'll soon find
Hmm.
out once I go in and have a look.
So because if that's the case, then it's got to be sitting somewhere for you guys just to grab it and be able to say,
Yeah.
oh well, we could add this to any skin or whatever. Because it's something that's needed. I feel,
Mm,
because you ask anybody who will recommend a movie to somebody. A non-streamer will be like, well, where can I watch it?
I answer that question constantly. Like they'll say, "Oh, where do I find that?" I'll talk about a show. Where do I find it? I'm like,
I asked,
the
right.
K
I
app
did the
is what
same.
I use, but I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know
I
what
go, I'm more
network it's
flex,
on. What
right?
subscription service that it's on.
Yeah.
no, just having a look to see whether it did, but it doesn't. I just wondered whether it did when you use the drop down menu.
Hmm. Well, that's something for you guys to work on. If you ever want to see me, if you ever really want to see me back in the
you
chaos,
aren't coming back. You're a lost
yeah,
cause.
no, I'm not a lost cause. Listen, I gave you all of the command, the demands. Make a skin look like the Plex, and then include the where
The
the
network that it
network
shows
where it's
on.
coming from. Yeah,
That's
that's
it.
all it takes, and let it still work with
With your Plex servers.
with my Plex service.
All right.
You don't want much, do you?
No, not at all, not at all.
All right.
I haven't asked for anything in about 4 years.
Yeah. Beach wants to know what American stuff did I take back to Canada. So I actually do have a list of things I brought back to Canada.
Popeyes.
No, we have meat pies here. I
I
brought
said
back.
Popeyes.
Oh, Popeyes. No, we actually have Popeyes here.
Oh.
There's actually Popeyes in town here. I brought back Little Debbie's.
Oh,
because we don't have Little Debbie's here.
No.
I brought back.
You have Entenmann's here?
No.
Wow. I would lose my mind.
I've heard Little Debbie's is really bad for you.
Okay.
Yeah. So and
what's the reason?
Full of cholesterol.
And
what's
and
wrong
you
with
see this machine
cholesterol?
right here? All right. All right. So Little Debbie cakes. I brought back two bottles of North Carolina barbecue sauce.
Okay.
I brought back Texas Pete. I brought back
Pete.
two jars of Duke's mayonnaise.
Mayo.
So any of the folks over there that my people in the South know, Duke's mayonnaise is, I brought back 4 on boxes, not available in Canada, selling them on Facebook right now.
Doubling your profits.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a little something. Velveeta macaroni and cheese that's not available here. The Velveeta is the Velveeta dinners. They have craft dinners.
Oh, yuck. I'll make my own mac and cheese.
Yeah, it's a good side dish if I'm just in a hurry throwing it together.
Oh, no.
What else was it? It was all food products that I can't get here.
Talk about food. Did you stop by your old store by any chance?
No,
Okay.
no. The schedule I had, I wasn't able to
Oh,
go
you went
because
in that time.
it was out in the country and I couldn't get to
Okay.
it. So yeah, I didn't bring no moonshine back because I can't. I'm not risking coming across the border with alcohol.
You
And
could have done. You could have just put it in a water bottle.
no.
'Cause
They
it's
check your
clear.
car pretty close. They
It's
check your
clear,
car.
isn't it? Moonshine's
Yeah,
clear, isn't
of
it?
course it is. But
Did,
no, I'm not
did,
getting.
did they
you know,
actually check your car though?
no,
this
they didn't
time?
check my car. Not this time. They didn't check my car.
Does
I
that
could have
piss
had
you off? Does that piss you off or what? You know?
yes and no. I mean, no, it doesn't piss me off because I'd rather move on through. And
Yeah.
I'm ready to
Yeah.
get. When I'm driving, I'm good. Also brought back in blue was tickled to death. I brought back donuts from my old town.
Oh yeah, that donut shop.
That
You
don't
told me about.
Daily Donut there in my
Yeah.
town. They make them fresh every day. I brought some of those back, and Blue was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Yep."
Yep.
So yeah, it was but yeah, I brought back
The daddy got
a number
lucky
of
then,
things.
huh?
I did all right. So yeah, I did bring back certain things, but like I said, a lot of it was food products that I can't get here. That I'm like, I like Duke's mayonnaise. They have Hellman's. They've got Miracle Whip.
Yeah, Hellman's is a big one here in the UK.
Yeah.
I like
like
Duke's.
almonds.
I like Duke's. So yeah, that was some of the stuff that I brought back. So I
Mhm.
yeah. And then like I said,
And
on
there's
boxes.
there was no issue with any of the food though, right? Did they know that
No,
you brought back food or?
yeah, you can't. No fruits, no
Oh, okay.
meats, no vegetables, no plants. You
Wow.
can't bring those across the border. Um, Cigarettes, alcohol, and you have to claim. You have to make sure
Mhm.
to tell them what you have of that, and you're only allowed a certain amount. And you're not allowed to bring cannabis over the border.
Uh-huh.
Which I mean, why would you? I mean,
Right.
but so yeah, that was some of my fun things that I bought there in the
Mhm.
States. And
That's good.
yeah, I'm gonna send. Yeah, you're gonna have to send you a Beach is gonna send you a jar of
Yeah.
Duke's mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know
'Cause
two other things. Two other things, and these are Pop Tarts, cinnamon Pop
Pop
Tarts.
tarts.
What's it? Cinnamon maple. What is it?
Um.
Cinnamon brown sugar. Cinnamon brown
Okay.
sugar. Can't get that in Canada. I bought, and then corn pops. You can't
Okay.
bring the corn pops here are not the
Cereal.
same corn pops
Why
in the
not?
U.S. They're
What
not
are
the
they?
same.
Smaller or
No, all right. So
taste different?
they do taste different. But you ever had you've had Cocoa Puffs,
Yeah.
right? Little round
I've had
ball.
corn pops too.
All right. So the Cocoa Puffs, which are just a little round ball,
Right.
their corn pops are the exact same, but they're white.
Oh.
They're yellow.
Oh.
You know how
Okay.
corn pops are like all different like shapes of
Yeah.
kernels of corn or
Mhm.
pieces of gold or whatever they're supposed to be,
Yeah.
and they're puffy and they're not
Not
here.
there.
They're different.
Okay.
They're like a little
Yeah.
yellow corn pop or not corn
Mhm.
pops. Cocoa Puffs is what they look
Cocoa
like.
Puff.
It's just like no, it's not the same.
No, not the same.
I didn't bring any Krispy Kreme. They do have Krispy Kremes.
Cremes.
You have Christmas. You have Krispy Kremes
South,
there?
not in my town.
Oh.
Farther south. There is
No,
like
no. I meant up
Toronto.
in. I meant up. Oh, they do have them up in
Yeah, up in
Canada.
Toronto, they
Oh,
do.
okay.
We have them in the UK as well.
Okay, good.
Crispy Cremes. We don't call
Yeah,
them
I love them.
creams. We call them cremes.
Creme.
Cremes. Oh, okay.
You guys need to learn how to speak English.
Ha ha ha. Begins with K. That's why it's said creme.
Creme.
Crispy creme.
Crispy creme.
It
Well, you know what? You know what it
doesn't
is. I
start
think
with
that
a C, does it?
with the C. Yeah. Well.
So it's not a cream. It's a
Well,
creme.
It's a creme. Well, no. I think what drives me crazy for you guys is like when you guys look at a calendar, right? It has the months and then the picture of the month and then the days in there. Why is it that you guys have to do it backwards? You know,
Oh, when you're
you
putting
go
the
and
date of something,
you're
yeah.
putting the
Yep.
date first and then the month.
09.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I know.
that drives me crazy. That completely drives me nuts.
Mm.
That's why anytime I put down
It-
things
it-
for the
it-
show and I
it's
put
like-
the date, that's why I
Yeah.
always show the 4-digit year.
Yeah, it's like you say, my birthday is completely different to how you would have your birthday.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Hey, on the paper, and so that's funny because the where I got my job when at the school board, they
Mhm.
had my birth date as February 11th.
Oh God.
Yeah, February 11th, and I was like, no, that was supposed to be 11/2.
11-2. Yep.
So yeah. So all
Uh,
right. Hey,
um.
tell us about the sports for this weekend.
Okay. We have Bellator is tonight. Prelims already just started at 6:25. The main card starts at 10. It's going to be Storley versus Ward.
Nice.
What else do we have?
Sioux
This
Falls.
is this one here is tonight. Also, the bare knuckle tonight is at 8 p.m. in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and that has John Dodson is fighting bare knuckle.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah. That
So
ought
he
to be
left
really good.
UFC.
Yeah, well, no, Dana gets rid of everybody.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So
yeah, he had left a while back. Dana didn't like him, just like how he didn't like who was the other guy that did the Mighty Mouse? The
Oh
other,
yeah, he had to go to one.
yeah,
He went to
because
one.
him and Dana did not get
Mighty
along.
Mouse, yeah,
Yeah,
Mighty Mouse.
him and Dana didn't get along, and Dana, got rid of him also.
Mhm.
He couldn't deal with having a Mighty Mouse who was a real champion. Yeah, that guy was great as pound for pound. And tomorrow we have UFC 226, Duque
Fight night.
versus Dos Anjos. But I think that was
Lasagnas.
changed. I think that I thought I read something that the main card was changed. So I don't know if that's
Okay.
the old one or the new one. But
Okay.
prelims are at 4 o'clock tomorrow,
So
and
it's
the
an
main card
early.
is it's early night. And the main card is at 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
So we'll be in big screen early tomorrow. If anybody wants to join in and watch us, you guys really have to go and get an Oculus because
It's
you're
fun.
missing some pretty good stuff. Yeah, we have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun with that.
Redneck posted on here. Preseason football started.
Oh, did
So
it? Okay.
it started this week, but it's preseason. So
Okay.
yeah. I don't watch much preseason, but I mean it is
No.
football, but
Mhm.
it's preseason football, so it's like
Are you guys?
It's egg ball.
all right, egg ball.
Ah,
NFL. I got the NFL.
oh god.
I think
NFL.
the footy started. Premier League started today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it did. Yeah, it did. It did.
So
Oh,
you guys
wow.
are all
The
wound up.
first-
I saw that was kicking off.
Yeah. I think the first match was tonight, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I'm not
it
su-
was.
I'm not.
today.
I'm not sure who was actually playing. I'm not sure.
I think I'm trying to think. I saw it listed.
I've been.
Manchester.
I'm not sure.
So
I'd have to have a look.
yeah. I think Manchester. I think was one of the teams playing. This is kind of funny, Redneck. You want to see the Pac-12 play? It's the Pac-4 now. So, and for us, that the Pac, it's college football, and the Pac-4 is basically all the teams are going someplace else next year. So
Wow.
they're down to 4 teams left out of the 12. So that's what sporting events we got going on. Any other?
Yeah, here's a big one tomorrow, isn't there, in the UK?
What's that?
Joshua, AJ, Anthony.
Oh,
Joshua.
boxing.
He's fighting, but he's fighting somebody else, isn't he? Because was it Dylan White? Dylan White He's supposed to be
Yeah.
fighting him, but he had to pull out because he failed a dope test or something.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So somebody stepped in, so the fight carried on. Like
Okay.
I say, because they've sold tickets, obviously.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's only been like 2 days, so bit short notice for
Yeah.
so
Some
like,
guy to jump in.
yeah. So somebody's jumped in. So
Hmm.
that's tomorrow. I'm not sure what time it's on, ETA or whatever.
That'll
but
be
Mhm.
that'll be the night for you guys. So that'll be like the early
Early.
afternoon in the States.
Yeah.
it
That'll be like
might be round about 10 p.m. our time.
yeah. So that'd be
Okay. Yeah. Like 5. Yeah.
4.
I'm not too sure.
Andrew said that Man City played today. So
Ah,
okay. So and one other, I saw somebody else posted. Someone asked a question. Paul asked about Mad Titan. Any news? It's working as far as I know. Just need to make sure that you need to make sure that you have the repository installed and make sure you have the newest version of it. They're still active. I haven't seen anything about it shutting down. So
no, mate.
Mad,
The only thing
Mad,
that I did see was is TG was shutting down at one point. I don't know whether did carry on or not. I don't know. That's the only thing I did read was his Telegram.
Oh, no, he was all right. So they were getting rid of. They had 2 Telegram rooms. They had one that was like just chat,
Hmm.
regular chat, like in most rooms. Then there was the announcing room, the one where when content was added and all.
Hmm. Oh, a
It's
bit like
it,
Cascade has
they
got.
got they got rid of their normal chat room. They're going to leave the announcement group in there, and that's going to eliminate a lot of useless chatter that
Hmm.
sometimes goes on.
They're moving
Um,
servers though. Mad Titan.
hmm,
Yeah, Mad Titan's moving servers.
um, I don't know about that.
I don't know because I'm not in Mad Titan
Yeah,
group. So
I think
Okay.
that just the one chat room is gone because I hate he's in there. So I think that they got rid of it, and so now it's going to be the announcement room, and then you can comment. Like let's say the UFC fight. So they'll say the UFC fight has been posted. Then you can comment about the UFC fight. You're not,
Hmm.
just like for
Yeah.
Player
Like
Pass.
right.
So you'll be able to comment of it, but it won't be just one big long chat room.
Long.
So
Yeah.
that's as much as I know that they closed up.
Yeah.
But it's still the add-on's still working, not a problem. So just who was it that asked that question? Paul. Paul, you just might want to check to make sure you have the right repository. Make sure you install the right one. Um, jet extractors. So if they're down, you may just want to shut down your shut down Cody and reopen it, and maybe they'll. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen that issue. I haven't read that issue. So if you're, jump in on Telegram, and sometimes you can find that information out because I haven't heard anything. Update
Hmm.
the add-on. So yeah. Thank you, I hate. All right. Is that all we got, bro? Because it's 7 o'clock.
Yeah. 7.
I didn't forget
Uh.
nothing.
No, I think we got everything that we needed to. I didn't look through what we didn't do, but I can just tell you real quick. Yeah, I think we got pretty much everything. But that Premier League, uh, with the IPTV stuff, good to no go or
Oh, I did want to mention about that. There was one
uh-huh.
thing I forgot that I was going to. So the Premier League got a 2-year where they can block IP addresses. So if you're a person that's using
they've
an
been doing
IPTV
that.
services, that's been going on for a while. So
That's been going
basically,
on for a couple of
yeah.
years now,
Oh
hasn't
yeah.
it?
So
And
they've been given permission to do it for 2 more years without a problem. So they can block certain URLs, as well as Canada announced last week or the week before that they were given permission to block URLs for during during the Jays games. So if you have an IPTV service and all of a sudden you find that you can't log in, and if you're in Canada, you may want to look to see if the Jays are playing at that time, because it will be blocked during those games. You would need to use a VPN, which that's going to happen for a lot of people. If on these URLs, they're going to be able to block them. So that's going to happen, and it's like you said, DJ. That's been going on.
Yeah, it's been going on for a couple of years now in the UK, where it's like I say, the ISP provider is actually blocking it. So
yep, and that's what it happens. It's the ISP. They'll get a list of URLs they got to block, and the ISP has to do it. They have to block it, and so boom, that whole list of URLs are locked during that time.
It's just down to Sky and BT in the UK. BT is one of the main sports providers in the UK, and Sky is one of the main. And like I say, they're the ones that want to block it, because, like I say, it is.
They paid for that content.
Yeah, they pay for that content, and they pay a lot of money for it.
Yeah, and so they're going to do whatever they can do to protect that content from getting out. So, but we're seeing is what's happened. And I talked about this a couple years back. What we saw in the UK is going to slowly make its way west. Now, what we're seeing in Canada is the start but that same thing is going to transfer over to the US. So when people are like, well, I'm in the US, I ain't got to worry about that. Okay, you don't have to worry about it now, but you will. It's coming. So you just need to adapt. In this hobby that we do, you have to adapt.
I think that'll be another thing that will start going to the US as well. Torrent sites.
Yeah.
Stop you from downloading from torrent sites.
They're
you don't have a problem. Yeah, you don't have a problem, do you? You can go to a torrent site in the US, and well, in the UK, you try and go to a torrent site, it won't let you.
Yeah.
It's blocked. It's blocked automatically. You don't even. You put the URL in, and it's blocked.
Wow.
So the only way you can actually get to one is use a VPN.
Yeah. So that's going to be going on. So, that was the other big thing I forgot to. So, because I think that's going to affect a lot of our people that watch us.
There was one other one there. The one about the two of them actually. I'm sorry, guys, for doing this to you, but one of them was that Atari one. I really thought that was something neat. I don't know if anyone would be interested, but they're all of everyone out there is pretty much close to our age, and I thought that they would really like that.
I saw that. Hold on, because this was where you could get the. Hold on a second, I'll grab it.
Yeah.
Hold on. Because this is where you could get the circuit board for certain games. But they weren't cheap.
No, they weren't.
Share. There you go. So Atari has launched collectible arcade circuit boards for retro. So some of the old, the actual
the old
arcade games.
Arcade game, yeah. I thought that was pretty neat. Because although there was only like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah.
But
But did you see the pricing on some of that?
Yeah,
though?
like 300 or 400.
$250, $200 just for the board.
Board.
Like,
But you get yourself in an old case and you pop that bad boy in there.
Just take a photograph and send it over to PCB Way.
Or I just plug in my Raspberry Pi and I can play any of those.
Yeah, you can play anything.
All right, what was your other one?
And the other one was that Apple one. As much as I hate to ever do an Apple thing on the show.
Yeah, but all right. So
there are Apple users out there, that.
I'm not as bad now. I'm not as
bad
now. No,
we changed your mind a little bit.
I'm not as bad now, Auburn. I've actually moved over to my gaming PC instead of my iMac.
Okay.
So,
All right, so this article that was that we had that Auburn had was Apple services cross 1 billion paid subscriptions. And the only reason why I'm not an Apple person, but also I felt like the 1 billion, that really doesn't tell you how many people sign up for Apple Plus. There is
Oh,
no discussion of how many people.
it,
This is
it,
just people using
it
Apple services, which
devices.
could be their
Right.
phone,
Right.
yeah,
tablet.
could be
I
anything.
think
Sign up for the services.
I think I just figured it out now. Now I know why they had so many people watch Barbie.
What's that?
They're all Apple users that
Oh,
went
jeez.
out to see Barbie. I think finally figured it out.
Oh
You
my
know.
god. Oh my gosh. So yeah, this is 1 billion
Hey,
people signing up for Apple services.
you, you say that, Auburn, about Barbie, but sooner or later it'll be in your plex.
Yes, it
It
will.
already is because everything's automatic.
See, there you
But
are.
but that doesn't mean that I'm watching it. There's other people that want to watch it. I even have all the other smaller Barbie movies. There's a bunch of them, and I
I'll
have
be
a friend who has
checking.
a kid.
I'll be
Go
checking
check.
because
Go check.
it tells me what you've watched.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, he's gonna. Yeah. Don't let us catch you.
No, you know I won't be watching that.
Don't let us catch you, Auburn.
No.
We get the email.
I'm into all of the war stuff and shoot 'em up, kill 'em up. I love all that stuff.
Yeah.
Wouldn't catch me watching it.
So well, congratulations to Apple and all the people that keep continuing to buy
Keep
overpriced
spending
products.
that money with them. Yep. I
Overpriced products.
I can't wait for them to get their headsets soon and find out that there's nothing they can hook up to anybody with.
Yeah. All right. So let's get out of here. We gotta go
Okay.
eat some dinner. And DJ, anything you want to say before we head out of here?
No. Just thanks for having me on. That's all.
Yeah.
Been a pleasure. Been nice for a change.
Yeah.
Just come and hang out with us for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Auburn, anything you want to say before we head out?
Yeah, a message to Blue in case if she's listening.
Okay.
I think I finally decided that I'm gonna have to put up a poll in the Streaming Matters room about whether or not the viewers would love to see her pop her head in once or twice. This way we know you're not in the house all alone and she's locked up in some room in the house.
Yeah,
That you're keeping her hostage. Yeah, because I watched the movie like that the other day.
Do you watch Fresh? Do you watch Fresh?
Sooner or later, she will pop her head in the room because his tea will be ready on the table. Come on, get your pizza.
Thanks, Tribalize, for jumping in. And again, the panel is always open for anybody that wants to jump in and shoot the shit with us, talk about different topics. If you got some topics, it is always welcome to hear from people. And Blue is not dead. She's not dead. She's not buried. She's not a sex slave tied up in the basement.
I'm not going to find one of those YouTube videos come to my phone saying that this person has died. That House of Blue is gone. That Dabs killed her.
That's not going to happen. Not going to happen. All right. So, thanks again for everybody joining in for us. Look next. So Sunday or Monday.
Yeah.
We're planning on watching Transformers on big screen.
On big screen.
And then next Friday we'll be covering. It'll be Player Pass next Friday, and we'll be having Eddie's two kids that actually worked on the film on the show with us.
Yep.
All right. So join us next week for sure. Get an insight of getting some people that actually work in the movie industry.
Yeah.
Thanks again, DJ, for joining me. Tribalize, thank you for joining. Auburn, thank you for all your work and all the things you put together. Make this show come together so awesome. And again, thanks everyone. Streaming matters to us because streaming matters to you. We'll see you guys on the next